friends, this is Laura with Potpourri of Life. Hope you're doing great. It's Friday, it's before the weekend, and I am excited the weekend's here because it looks like my husband and I will be together. He won't have to work, he won't be at the estate. So far, we don't think so. So we have plans for the weekend in terms of getting a few things around the house done. We have a lot of things we brought home. There's a few things that we want to get settled and decide. A variety of things, a lot of decisions to be made. So what I am doing is I'm trying to make our weekend easy. And one of the things that I've noticed because of the stress, sometimes I haven't prepared the meals like I used to all the time. And now I'm kind of like, no, we got to get back to eating the things that I cook instead of like, oh, let's go get a quick something already prepared like a rotisserie chicken and stuff. And I'm not saying that those are bad. It's just that, sometimes it's just better to make things yourself. So I am using those potatoes I got at the store that were on the seconds, the rack for the seconds. They're perfect. I put 5 potatoes in because I had already used one this morning when I made some eggs and hash browns and stuff. So right now the potatoes are cooking, and what I do with my potatoes is I actually cut them down to bite size for 2 reasons. It cooks faster, and second of all, all I have to do is drain them or whatever I want to do, and then they're ready to use, and they're soft. They do cook faster, and they're just about done. So I'm also making some bacon. Now, when I told my husband I was going to be making some potato salad, he was saying, he was ho-humming. Sometimes he does that. He just hasn't, his mood for food, because he's been so stressed, has been kind of interesting and challenging. So I told him, I said, well, I'm going to make the potato salad because I don't want the food to go bad. And I said, since you're not going to have it, I'm going to make it with some onions. Because he does not like onions typically. I was just going to put raw onions in. So he got back to me later and he says, Laura, have you made it yet? And I said, no. And he says, if you don't mind, if you chop the onions up small enough, would you be willing to fry them and then put them in the potato salad? I thought, that would taste awesome. So I said, yeah, I can do that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. What he doesn't know is I knew that I had some bacon that I picked up a couple weeks ago. And I'm not going to put the whole pound of bacon in. A lot of times I cut the full package in half, put the other half in the freezer. But it's a couple days here, and we might have some BLTs, or we might have some eggs, potatoes, and whatever. We could throw that into a breakfast, or I could make them a quiche. So I've decided I'm going to just cook the whole pound of bacon. So now the bacon is just about done. I don't cook it crispy brown. I cook it so that it still has some bendability, if that's a term in cooking. It is today. So that's what I'm doing. I'm getting the bacon done. What I'm going to do when that's done is I am going to put the onions in there, and then I'm going to get them all cooked up. The other thing that I'm going to do is, I've never done this. This is all new to me, what I'm doing, and my husband's going to think I'm a little wonky. I am going to actually stir fry those potatoes as well. Some of you probably knew where I was going, but I'm just thinking, if I'm going to brown up the onions in the bacon grease, wouldn't it be pretty awesome to put the potatoes in there? Have I done that in the past in terms of the potatoes and the bacon? Yeah, but not generally for this. So we're going to see what goes on here. Let's see how we're doing here. I'm going to cool these off. And these are at a perfect size if he decides he wants a BLT. I have a couple tomatoes left in the refrigerator. I think I have 2. And, I could usually put them in my salad, but, I can save one because he likes BLTs. So the oven's on low. I don't like cooking on hot. with bacon grease and stuff. So now he asked me to make the onions really, really small. I did the best I could. I do have an onion chopper, and I could have done that, but I didn't. All right, let me turn the water, turn that off. So what I'm going to do now is take these potatoes out. And yes, I did check. My fork is going through, but they're not too soft. So I'm going to take these, and I'm going to cook them with the onions. Okay, this is the first time I've ever done this. This is how I cook sometimes. It's like, I don't know, what do we got? I think it's going to be fabulous. And you're going to be able to tell when I'm done if it's going to be fabulous. But then again, some of you might have already done this kind of stuff yourself. Now, what am I going to do with that leftover potato water? That I actually go and I put in the compost. And I put it in the compost because it's healthy for the compost. I put the water when I steam my eggs, I put that in the compost as well. So now we're just going to let the grease do its thing. This is going to be so good for my diet. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But I do think this is going to be really, really delightful. So we're going to cook this up a little bit. I'm going to turn the temp up a little bit more. I don't like it high when I cook my bacon because it spatters even on the lowest temp. But this, I like cooking my potatoes a little bit with a higher temperature and stuff. So I don't know how this is going to work out. Oh, you can't even see. I am so sorry. So this here is what it looks like in the pan. And it's cooking away. I think you've already seen my bacon. I mean, no bit different than any bacon that you would make. So the potatoes and the onions are in the pan, and we're going to cook them up, and then I am going to let all of this cool. I will strain out the grease though, because I want to get as much grease out as possible, and then I will put the potato salad together. So I am going to finish this up, and then I will be back. Okay friends, I am back. All the potatoes have been cooled, the onions are in it, and I tasted it. It's the perfect texture that we like. So what I'm going to do first, and I'm going to change the camera a little bit. Let's see. So the first thing I'm going to do is, I did drain the potatoes into a bowl, so all the grease is here. And this is going to go in there. So yeah, it has that bacon grease flavor, which will be wonderful. What I'm going to do now, these are my steam boiled eggs. So I will be putting these in here. And I'm going to do one at a time as I crack them, just so that I don't put too many eggs. Sometimes I do 5 and sometimes I do 4. So we'll see what I do here. So these steam boiled eggs are great because I just go and do this. I'll show you. I've done it in my video before, but they peel beautifully. Usually it comes up. Of course I'm showing you, so it's going to take a little whatever, and it comes out really nice. I am going to cut them in pieces after I get the ones that I want cracked in there. I think I'm going to put 4 eggs in. That looks to be perfect. So I got the top off, and then I just take that right off. I like steam boiling my eggs now because of how easy they peel. Usually it comes off in 2 pieces, but today it's having an attitude because I'm on the camera, I think. So those are in there. Get the shells off here. And I am going to take them back out and just cut them down into, cut the egg in fourths and then into some pieces here. So that was about 5 medium eggs. I mean, excuse me, 5 medium potatoes that I boiled. And I already pre-cut them so I didn't have to cut them after they were boiled. 4 steam boiled eggs, and if you prefer your hard boiled eggs, do it that way. And there's one more in here. Okay, now I want to grab some of the bacon. It's been draining for a little bit now, which is great. So, I don't know, maybe this will be about, by the time I'm done here, it'll be about 3 or 4 slices of bacon. I'm just going to cut them. And if you make your bacon so it's a little bit more crunchy, then you can just kind of crumble it. But since I don't, I think it needs 1 or 2 more. Alright, I think that's going to do it. Let's see, I can get a spoon to stir this together. Sorry about that slamming. So it's kind of a nice blend right now. Alright, so when I put mayonnaise in, I don't measure. Let's see what I got for a spoon. So this is like a soup spoon that I'm using. I will probably put 2 of those in. Again, this has to be to your preference because you're the one who's eating it, or you and your family. Now there's some other things that I could put in here, like chives and other spices and seasonings, but my husband is just probably wouldn't like it. So this is some celery salt that I made last year, and you can see I still have some, and I just make more probably towards the end of the summer when I have some celery left, and I just sprinkle it in there just to mix it in. And then I am going to put some paprika in. I don't need onions. I did not put garlic in. I could have, but I didn't. So I'll put a little bit of paprika in. Blend this together. Now I like my potato salads warm and I like them cold. So I am going to sample this. Hold on a second. But I'm going to sample it, but I probably won't have a big bowl of it. Because I want to save it for the weekend. So I'll just have a little bit here. But I like it. Oh, there's no bacon. You gotta have bacon in here. I might have to add more bacon to this. So a little bit of that. This is awesome. This is really good. I'm going to have a piece here with the onion. Honestly, guys, this is the first time I've ever made it this way. Would I make it this way again? Absolutely. Probably the only way I'll make it in the future. I would put in other seasonings, but my husband's not big into a lot of seasonings because I have a garlic mix that I put together, and I put it in different salads and stuff that I know he's not going to eat because he finds it too spicy. There's no pepper in here. There's no salt. So just to kind of go over it, it was about 5 medium potatoes that I got at the grocery store that were in the seconds, and I knew I wanted to make something with it. So I cut them up, and I left the skins on after I washed them because I like my potatoes with skins on them, whether it's baked, whether it's in a potato salad, even when I make my morning eggs with potatoes. So you got the 5 potatoes. I think I did 4 eggs. They were steam boiled. I have a video showing that. So when I cut them up, cut lengthwise in quarters and then like 4 times across the other way. Added in some bacon, about 4 to 5 pieces. I might add more, so we'll go 6 pieces. Mix it up and then put in, I don't know, I think that was maybe 2 large tablespoons. Do whatever you want. I don't like my potato salad to be thick with mayonnaise, so just enough to get it to all mix together. Then I put in some celery salt that I've made before. Add that in. I didn't measure it. I would say maybe a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons. You can do it to flavor. And then I put paprika in it. Paprika just gives it another color. And I'm trying to think, I got paprika, mayonnaise, celery salt, eggs, bacon, potatoes. That does it. So I think you will like it. I know I will. Now I have to put it in the refrigerator so we have it for tomorrow. But I'm excited because I have a part of the weekend figured out. This will probably be, oh goodness, it'll be more than 2 side dishes for our weekend. So at least Saturday and Sunday. And if somebody is like, hey, I don't want to eat much, it'll be for that. But it's a small potato salad, and that's pretty much how we make things because we're just 2 people. So I hope that you might try this. It really is good. So I hope you have a great night. I hope your weekend is fabulous. And folks, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and leave your comments. I do think that when you try this, you're going to like it. So if you do try it, come back and leave your comments about it. And before I go, I just want to say, may God bless you. Have a great weekend, folks.